Man, what's up everybody? You already know who it is. It's White Boy Rick. We back at it again with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be speaking about when robbing the cartel goes wrong and how a North Carolina teacher got himself murdered by attempting to rob the cartel. Let's jump into it. Alamance County, North Carolina. A popular North Carolina teacher and basketball coach died in an April 8th shootout with the Mexican drug cartel, and his brother-in-law is facing a host of charges after a mobile home park erupted in gunfire. Alamance County Sheriff Terry Johnson confirmed that Barney Harris, a Spanish teacher and a basketball coach at Union Academy Charter School in Monroe, was shot and killed in an apparent retaliation for a burglary at a mobile home park that left at least one other man dead. Harris and his brother-in-law, Stephen Alexander Stewart, reportedly went to the Green Level mobile home park to steal money and drugs from a stash house belonging to the Sinaloa New Generation Cartel. Investigators have determined that Harris and Stewart broke into the trailer but were interrupted by 18-year-old cartel member Alonzo Beltran Lara, whom they executed for not providing the information they sought. Harris, who was killed in the retaliatory gun battle following Lara's death, died at the scene after suffering several gunshot wounds. Stewart had been charged with first-degree murder, first-degree burglary, and possession of a firearm by a felon. No other injuries were reported at the mobile home park, despite investigators finding dozens of bullet casings. The trailers that were shot up, it looked like an old Western shootout. That's what it looked like. Johnson also noted that surveillance footage collected from residents in the mobile home park helped investigators piece together the chain of events. Union Academy hired Harris in 2017 to teach high school Spanish and coach both varsity men's basketball and varsity men's track teams. In addition to the bodies of Harris and Alonzo Beltran Lara, investigators also discovered about 2 pounds of cocaine and $7,000 in the trailer. Alright y'all, let's jump into it. So this story is wild. It's got all sorts of crazy twists to it. And I'm gonna start off by saying I'm really indifferent about the whole thing for multiple reasons. Now, let me start by saying when I was reading these articles and doing my research, everyone who had spoke about this teacher slash coach spoke very highly of him. They said he was very respectable, very respectful. He was a great teacher, a great coach. He was trying to help these kids get on a good path and really reach their full potential. So I can absolutely respect that side of him. The teacher side of him, where he was doing good, helping the children and helping them grow and everything, I could fully respect that. But he's obviously living a double life. He's got a whole secret life that the majority of people didn't know about. And I mean, that's not too uncommon. A lot of people have a lot of shit going on that they don't speak on, or a second life. But this one is a little bit more extreme because his second life, he's dealing with people who are in the cartel. And it's just common knowledge, like, the cartel don't fucking play around. So when you are dealing with them, or when you're getting into considering robbing them, I mean, you gotta really know what you signed up for, because they ain't nothing to fuck with. And you go and rob one of their members or one of their affiliates or someone they even fuck with, yeah, your ass is on the chopping block. So, not to sound any type of way, but it doesn't surprise me of the outcome of this situation. And it also wouldn't surprise me if at some point in the future there's more murders related to this situation. Because again, the cartel doesn't forget, they don't forgive, they don't fuck around. So it's not necessarily something that's just done right now. So that also brings up concerns about what his decisions and how his decisions may affect people in the future. Again, I don't know what's gonna happen, that's just my guess. Now, another crazy thing is, like I said, he was spoke about real highly, a solid person, a solid teacher, all that. But then when we talk about his second life, I mean, you have to question what type of person someone truly is when they're able to execute someone. Now, the person they were robbing, younger cat, had his hands tied behind his back. He didn't give up the information, so he ended up literally executing him, shooting him in the head while his hands are tied up. So that's kind of where I'm conflicted. You have everyone who knows this person on a day-to-day basis speaking very highly of him, but then you have his actions speaking for themselves. So to execute someone like that, I mean, that's pretty cold-blooded. And yeah, I've obviously never done anything like that, so it's hard to understand how you get to that point and why you're at that point. But what it's looking like is you tried to rob him. Now, I don't know if he tried to rob him because they had some smoke from something that happened earlier, or if he just was trying to come up and he knew where he could find drugs and money, right? Younger cat again, so maybe he thought it was an easy mark. What's wild about that is if you are in the position where you need to rob someone to those lengths, you have to bring it back to what your job is. Your job is a teacher and a coach. Obviously, you're not making enough money to where you have to go out and rob and kill. And that's a whole nother topic of discussion, which I'll just keep brief. But I mean, teachers get paid shit money. I think we all know that. I don't even think there's any debate about that. Teachers get paid shit money. And that job is one of the most important jobs out there. I mean, we're counting on teachers to guide our youth in the right direction, because our youth is what's going to be running the world in 10, 20, 30 years. So a teacher is such an important position to play that because I've read a lot of stories about teachers doing weird shit. So maybe there needs to be a way to filter through the teachers to try and get more teachers who don't have a double life or who aren't diddling around with kids and shit like that. Just real solid, sound teachers. But it's hard to find enough of them if you're not paying them what they need, what they deserve. So, like I said, it's a whole topic of discussion. I could sit here for a while and talk about it. My thoughts on that would be maybe switch up the restrictions, maybe find a different way to evaluate teachers before they become teachers. But also, the teachers you do select to become teachers, they need to be getting paid what they deserve and what they're worth. Or else you have teachers who don't give a fuck, who are only there for the bullshit paycheck, and who end up doing shit like this. And look at how it ended up, right? So again, this whole story is just kind of all over the place. I do feel bad. I do feel bad for him and his family, but at the same time, it's a limited amount of feels bad, because you have to know when you're dealing with the cartel, when you're dealing with real playmakers like that, it ain't no little kid shit. It ain't no bullshit. Like, this is top-notch shit. So you knew what you signed up for. You knew the risks. And again, you executed a man point blank for not giving you what you wanted. At the end of it, they found, 2 pounds of coke and $7,000? I mean, that ain't shit. You ended up getting yourself murdered for that. And again, I mean, I understand when people are in tight positions, you got to do what you got to do. Not saying I support what he did, but I can understand it to the extent of, if you got bills to pay and mouths to feed and you don't make enough money, what are you gonna do? Starve or make an attempt to get some money, right? So what I was kind of learning from this is, one, no matter what you believe about the people you're around and the teachers and people who are influencing you and role models and peers and stuff like that, always just be a little cautious. Always understand that you may never know someone's true intentions of who they are, no matter how long you've known them. Just have your head on a swivel. As far as parents who have kids in school, not every single teacher is bad, and the majority of them are great. But you also need to be aware, these are the type of people that are out there. As far as him goes, and anyone who's involved in any type of criminal activity or may get involved at some point, understand the severity of what you're doing. If you're doing little petty bullshit, understand that's little petty bullshit that could lead to something larger. If you're dealing with the real playmakers, gang members, cartel members, stuff like that, understand really what you are in for, and understand 9 times out of 10, there is no way out of those situations. Once you're in, you're in, and they don't typically lead you to great places. Most of the times you end up in prison or dead. But hey, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you turn the notification bell on so you can see it first. If you want to support the channel, make sure you click the PayPal and the Cash App link in the description below. Also, make sure you share the video to everybody you know. We almost at 100 subscribers, and like I've been saying, when we reach 100, I'm going to do a raffle giveaway to give back to y'all for supporting me. But as always, it's White Boy Rick. Till next time.